The final chapter is here. The full revival of the abandoned truck is about to be revealed. Today, Mason found a foldable aluminum panel at the scrapyard, ready to give his truck a complete makeover. He even called in his father-in-law to help install the panel on the truck. Once mounted, the whole truck looked sharper and more compact. Staring at this rescued treasure, Mason couldn't hide the grin on his face. Later, he made another trip to the junkyard and picked up a nearly new alternator. The old one was not only broken but only had an 80-amp capacity and was brushless. The new one? A brushed 180-amp alternator, massive upgrade in performance, and more than enough to power the entire truck. After installing it, Mason also swapped out 2 brand new belts while he was at it. During inspection, he noticed the water pump belt had snapped long ago, so he had to buy a replacement. But installing it turned out to be way more complicated than expected. He tried several tools, even brought out a hammer, and spent a solid 30 minutes getting it to fit. Once it was in, he didn't stop there. He took the time to grind off some of the rust on the pulley. Watching the rust flake off was incredibly satisfying. If you're someone who loves a good sanding job, this spot alone could keep you entertained all day. The next morning, Mason called up his buddy Drew to help sand and polish the fuel tank. At this point, most of the mechanical work was done, and it was time to focus on the exterior. Drew started by wiping down years of grime from the tank with a wet cloth, then pulled out the sander to start polishing. Even before he was halfway through, the tank was already shining. Drew's craftsmanship really stood out. He truly embodied the spirit of a skilled artisan. The contrast between the polished and unpolished sides was striking. By day 3, Mason decided to strip off all the old paint from the truck, revealing the raw aluminum body underneath. His plan? To repaint it in a color of his own choosing. It was a massive job, so he and his friends took turns sanding. Once done, the truck's front looked like a rainbow, totally unrecognizable from its original state. Before painting, Mason carefully covered the fuel tank and tires with plastic to avoid any overspray. He mixed the paint, donned a respirator, poured the paint and activator into the spray gun, and began applying the base coat. It felt like using an eraser to wipe away the past, relaxing yet absolutely essential. He made sure to get every single crevice, not missing a beat. Once the base coat was done, he waited for it to dry before giving it a fine sanding. The next day, Mason sanded down the base coat and used an air gun to blow away the dust from all the tight spots, getting everything prepped for the second layer. Once ready, he started spraying again. This time, the result was immediate. The shine and finish jumped to a whole new level. This was exactly the pearl white effect he had been dreaming of. Under the sunset, the entire truck looked stunning. With the paint job complete, Mason eagerly ripped off the plastic and tape from the windshield. He couldn't wait to see his fully transformed ride. The final upgrade was the one he'd been dreaming of, a pair of giant exhaust stacks, just like the ones on Optimus Prime. He drilled precise holes in the newly mounted aluminum panel to make sure the pipes were locked in tight. Once installed, the once scrap truck was officially reborn like a battle-ready beast rolling out. What do you think of this epic truck transformation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, please like and follow.